Downstairs.
Yes, I believe that's where I put it. I believe I put that in the museum.
All right. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Oh, no, I have a question,
Oh,
please.
yes?
It's the second one. I forgot the second
Oh,
one I asked
okay.
before, yeah.
Okay.
And this has to do with election integrity. Several people have contacted me, and they wonder how somebody who's filed to run for an office as a Democrat can vote as a Republican in the primary. I don't know what to tell them. There's no law against that, is there?
Sadly, there is not a law against that.
Okay.
And I have a personal problem with that. I think if you're currently on the ballot for one party and you pull another party,
Well, didn't they discuss that at the meeting? They actually, I think there is,
according to Brad and Valerie, there's nothing illegal about it.
I forget the word or what they said about it, but I remember.
Mhm. Someone can challenge them.
Yeah.
They have to be in their district, and they have to be basically right there when they're checking in to vote. And then they can be challenged, and then there's an affidavit that the voter would have to fill out.
So they challenge at the polling location?
The polling location, it has to be in, they have to reside in the same district. So if someone wanted to challenge someone from Jackson Township or precinct, or however you want to call it, because it's all the same,
Mm-hmm.
it couldn't be, Drew couldn't be standing there and challenge him if he lives in
Mm-hmm.
Deer Creekville. It has to be someone from Jackson. So if someone from Deer Creek 3 comes in, and the poll workers cannot be the challengers.
Well, apparently this has happened several times.
It has.
And
Well, I know it happened a lot in the 2016 election.
Well,
and I never
not-
agreed with it.
Well, were they actually on the ballot though?
Well, no.
See, that's what she's saying. There's someone that's on the ballot, even though they don't have an election, they're still running on the ballot as a Republican. Well, let's say Democrat, because we don't have any Democrat ballots. And they have the opportunity to come in and vote in the primary a Republican ballot.
And the reason you know that is because we can get a list of voters.
Right.
Can't say which one, but if there's no Democrat primary and that person's name is on the list of voters, you know who they voted for.
Right, you know they voted Republican.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, not who they voted for.
Right.
What they did, yeah.
Yeah, and, yeah. I'm
I wonder if there's no law against it because it would be hard to track.
but if you
It isn't.
are on the ballot running for county council, and there is no ballot for you, and you show up at the polling location and you get a ballot
For the other party.
for the other party, we
Easy to-
clearly know that you're voting the opposite party than what you're running as.
Well, I guess I'm thinking of poll workers. What is a poll worker? Doesn't know who that person, I mean,
Right,
obviously,
but they
everybody
cannot be the challengers anyway. It has to be someone that
At-
challenges them before they actually get the ballot.
At the polling location.
At the polling location
Okay.
in their district.
I'll say that.
Yeah,
I understand what it is you're saying, Debbie, but if there was another, there was another race or another office that there was 3 or 4 people voting for, and they wanted to vote, I mean, that's why they were asking for a ballot, was because that's what they were interested in, not necessarily the one that they're running in.
well,
But-
it's, to me, it
but
goes with,
still.
are you, if it's a Democrat that's always voting Republican, are they truly a Democrat?
Oh, yeah,
To me,
from
that
there.
would,
Yeah,
bother me as being being in your party. If you have someone that runs every single election as a Democrat, but votes every single primary as a Republican,
And
I would
that-
be questioning that.
And that's what's happening.
Yeah,
I would
that's
be
what's
questioning
happening.
that, just like I would be Drew should be questioning if it's the reverse.
Right.
If it's someone that's a Republican and always pulls a Democrat ballot, are they in good standing with their party?
It really boils down to the purpose of primary.
Yeah,
A
Exactly.
primary is not, it's not the general, so you're not picking the person in the party. I know the argument has been in the past, well, in Carroll County, if you don't vote in the primary for what Republican, then you're not getting to vote for who's in office because it's always a Republican. Well, it doesn't matter, because the
No.
purpose of the primary is for the parties.
To
pick
pick
their
their best
candidates.
candidate. Yep,
So, as a Republican, I have no business voting for a Democrat.
that's exactly right.
And for a Democrat, they have no business voting for a Republican. It's, we do the election together, but it's for the specific party. So it's,
it's too bad that they can't designate that this is a Republican primary.
well,
That's who votes.
almost practically, that's what it is.
Yeah, but I mean, and that's who votes.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
you know, Drew, in my stories, I many times explain why we have primaries. It is for the parties to
Right.
choose who they want on the general election ballot.
right.
I mean, I've said it, I probably said it 4 times this year alone. Okay, maybe not 4, but, I mean, I do. I want people to understand what the primary is all about. But still,
Oh, yeah, there are definitely people that are trying to work the system as well.
mhm.
Um,
And at one point, I went to the party chair and said, did you know that the person who's on the ballot as a Democrat for this position voted in the Republican primary? Didn't seem to matter.
and see, in that instance, it goes back to what we learned at conference. It's the last 2 primaries that you voted in, how did you vote? And if you didn't vote with the party that you're running as, you have to get a letter from the party chair.
Okay, that's what they.
So the party chair is, and that, you know, I scratch my head because I don't know what, if I was a party chair and you were on my team and you voted every single election the other party, I would not say you're a member of my team. I would not give you that letter to run,
Right.
but the letters are given and the person runs. And I just don't, to me, that's betraying the party that you wanna represent, but you're not representing them.
So do you send letters to party chairs when you know someone on their ticket is voting for the other party? Has in the last 2, I mean, do you send so that they can give them a letter, or how does that go?
I
I think
I-
what she's
see, I
asking
don't-
is how do they
know?
how does that come out?
How do
I
they
know
get a
the-
letter?
The Republican, party chair comes over and gets a printout of the vote history,
Oh, for that candidate.
for that candidate,
Prospective candidate.
to see if they've, you know, either not voted or if they voted, they split vote, one was a Democrat and one was a Republican, you still need the letter.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess she looks at all of that to determine whether or not she's going to give a letter. I don't believe, since I've been here, I don't believe the Democrat Party chair, no matter who it was, has ever asked for a vote history. Which, we don't just we don't just send those out. You know, but if it's requested, anyone can come in and pull a vote history. It's public record, anyone can come in, I can go, Debbie, you can come in and ask for Drew's vote history, and I have to give it to you. You can ask for Sandy's, I have to give it to you.
Oh, I think I
It
will.
only tells what
Party you,
party they.
Yeah.
right, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, not who.
Not the vote.
Yeah, no,
Not
no,
who, no.
No, just the, what election it is, and
Mhm.
if it was a primary or general, and what you
Mhm.
pulled in the primary.
Mhm.
Did you have a question?
You know, I was just gonna say, that's, you can only see who they pulled in the primary,
Right,
and if they voted in the general, but you can't
Yeah.
see who they voted for.
no, in the general, it just says full ballot,
Mhm.
which means
Mhm.
it's not you didn't have to declare what ballot you wanted.
Sandy, have the Democrats chosen a party chair?
They will tonight.
Oh, okay. Can somebody let me know, please?
I will let you know.
I'd love to get it in.
I'm not gonna
You gotta be kidding.
I think
Oh.
that's why you guys are all done that.
Well, yeah, I thought that's what she was doing, yeah.
True.
I vote for you.
Thanks, Dale.
He'd pull that other ticket.
Thank you for your explanation and thought about this.
Yeah, I've had a problem with that for a couple years, but, and well, how can this, you know, and I've asked it every which way, and the answer was always the same. It is
Well, I mean, I've done my
nothing
own
legal.
research,
Yeah,
you know.
there's nothing illegal.
I found out who voted and knowing that, you know, someone was on the ballot for the other party, yeah.
And that's where it goes back to the party chair. You know, the party chair at that point can say, whoa, you voted this way, I'm not giving you a letter, if you wanna run, you're gonna have to run on that ballot. So, that's the final stop, would be the party chair.
And can they do that after the primary, or do they have to do that before the primary?
They have to do it before they actually sign up. If they sign up,
Yeah.
they have to have the letter at the time of sign up from the party chair. If they don't, they are not an eligible candidate.
Do you ask for the letter?
It's part of the form that they fill out. They have boxes to check. And one of them is, I have voted in the last 2 primaries. It's like the party that I'm running on, and you can check that one. Or, I have not voted in the last 2 primaries the way I'm wanting to
Mm-hmm.
be a candidate, but I have a letter from the party chair.
So, are those, what'd you just call that?
The-
Form?
Yeah, the candidate.
The candidate
filing
form? Those are public information, aren't
Yes,
they?
ma'am. So yeah, if they have the letter from the party chair, because they have either not voted in 2 primaries, case in point, we've had a couple letters this year, and one of them, the gentleman is younger, I think he's like 20-some years old,
Oh dear.
and he could have voted in 3 primaries,
Uh-huh.
but he's only voted in 1.
Uh-huh.
So he had to get a letter from the party chair allowing him to run
As a candidate.
as a candidate. And then he did have the letter, and it was attached to the filing documents, and that is public record.
The letter is public record.
Yes. Yep, it's part of their filing. Yep.
Any more discussion on that? Lisa rudely interrupted your motion
I'm sorry.
What was it about?
to adjourn.
Adjournment.
Oh, okay. All right, I forgot.
I was the rude one, sorry.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.